The story begins with Lucinda arriving at Sword and Cross, a reform school that takes in troubled students. Lucinda has a history she carries quietly: a fire, a death, a boy named Trevor. On her arrival, she notices another student being brought in by police, a boy named Cam, who holds her gaze with an intensity that stops her. She is thoroughly processed at intake, and the principal confiscates her phone and a gift from her mother, deemed a potential weapon. A student named Ariani gives her the tour. When they pass Cam again, Ariani tells her plainly to stay away from him. That night in her dorm, Lucinda wakes around midnight and finds a moth caught in a light fixture. It triggers vivid hallucinations: fire, darkness, images she cannot place. The visions fade. The moth dies. At her first session with the school psychiatrist, Lucinda describes what she calls shadows, recurring hallucinations she has been experiencing since she was small. The doctor suggests medication to suppress them. She refuses because she does not believe they are symptoms of illness. In the library, she meets Miss Sophia, the religious studies teacher, and then her attention is pulled entirely by a boy named Daniel. The recognition she feels is immediate and unaccountable, as though she has known him for a very long time. She tries to approach him. The moment he sees her, he gets up and leaves. Later in the hallway, a student named Molly stops her. Molly is hostile, calls her a psycho murderer, seems to know things about her past. The confrontation spirals into a fight until the principal separates them. Lucinda goes to the bathroom and cries, and a kind girl named Penn finds her there and comforts her. In Miss Sophia's class, Daniel is present. Lucinda keeps watching him while the teacher discusses the fallen angels and the rebel angel who chose love over allegiance to either side. The fallen are stranded on Earth until that angel makes a choice. When Miss Sophia asks for Lucinda's thoughts, she admits her family is not religious and she has not been baptized. The class reacts with visible shock. After class, Lucinda goes to clean the yard as punishment. A massive stone angel statue begins to tip above her and she freezes, but Daniel appears and pulls her clear at the last moment. The contact triggers a vivid flash of what feels like a memory from another life. He says nothing and walks away. The next morning, Cam watches Lucinda from a window. Molly notices and asks if he is falling for her, warning that it would complicate everything. Cam does not respond. Molly reminds him not to forget who he works for. In class, Lucinda tries to thank Daniel for saving her and asks if they have met before. The feeling of knowing him is too strong to ignore. He tells her they have never met and walks away. Shortly after, Cam finds her and is warm where Daniel is cold. He hands her a coffee he lifted from the faculty lounge and invites her to a party at the end of the week. She accepts. Fencing class puts Lucinda in the ring against Molly, who is highly skilled. Lucinda has no training and is quickly beaten. Then she faces Daniel. As they spar, flashes begin. She sees herself in another time, fighting him with a sword, the movements already in her hands. She fights fiercely and with unexpected skill until a flash of someone being stabbed makes her collapse. In the locker room afterward, Penn tells her something striking. She has access to the student files because the principal struggles with computers and often asks her for help. Daniel, Ariani, Molly, Cam, and several others all arrived at the same time, and their files are completely blank. Miss Sophia's file is also empty. At the bonfire party in the woods, Cam flirts with Lucinda, and Daniel watches with visible tension. When Lucinda is alone, Molly comes for her again and brings up Trevor, the boy who died in the fire. Lucinda starts to spiral. Cam intervenes firmly and tells Molly to back off. Ariani pulls Lucinda away from the chaos. Cam moves to follow, and Daniel steps in front of him. A tense standoff erupts between the two over who has the right to protect her. Their friends pull them apart. Walking back to the school alone, Lucinda sees a flashback of Trevor trapped in the fire, vivid and certain, not like a dream. In the pool, Lucinda notices the locket Daniel always wears. It sparks something. She asks him again if they have met. This time he answers differently, gently, without dismissing her. He says he has kept his distance because she reminds him of someone he loved. It is not the denial he has been offering until now. Later, Penn catches up with her. Lucinda is cold, assuming Penn shared her file with Molly. Penn denies it and asks what actually happened with Trevor. Lucinda finally tells the truth. They went to a cabin together. She began seeing shadows, and the next thing she knew she was outside, and the cabin was burning with Trevor inside. She warns Penn to keep her distance for her own safety. Penn refuses. In class, Miss Sophia reads a Latin phrase. Lucinda translates it accurately without thinking, then admits she guessed. She has never studied Latin. After class, returning for her sweater, she finds Miss Sophia and Daniel discussing the statue incident. Miss Sophia suspects Cam and tells Daniel to keep watch over Lucinda, especially given that she is not baptized. They stop when they see her. On the way out, Lucinda picks up a sketch Daniel threw away. The face in it looks exactly like hers. She confronts him. He says it is a cover for a novel he is writing, about a cursed pair, an immortal man and a woman who is reborn every 17 years without memory of her past lives. They fall in love in every lifetime and she dies when they kiss. The cycle has run for centuries. Lucinda asks if he is describing himself. He says no. She holds up the face in the drawing. He says she was beautiful inspiration. That night, Cam appears at her dorm window with a cupcake. It is her 17th birthday. He invites her out. She goes. They drink and dance, and she keeps asking about his life, which he keeps dodging. They kiss. Then Daniel arrives, and he and Cam argue, words like Lucifer and angels coming out in front of her. She is baffled and furious, yells at both of them, takes the motorcycle, and rides back alone. She finds Penn and tells her everything. The visions, the recognition, the certainty of having lived this before. Penn offers to help investigate. They find their friend Todd, a tech expert, and the three go to the library. Todd runs facial recognition on Daniel's image. The results go back centuries. In one of the oldest photographs, a woman who looks exactly like Lucinda stands beside him. Penn goes to retrieve the printout. Lucinda begins having visions of Daniel confessing his love to her in what feels like memory from another lifetime. Shadows gather on the walls and reach toward her. The library erupts in flames. Todd tries to help, but the fire moves too fast. Lucinda collapses, unable to breathe. Daniel comes through the smoke and carries her out. She wakes in the infirmary. Her parents are there and want her home, but the doctor holds her. Police want to question her about the fire and its similarities to Trevor's case. Her father blocks them. Todd's funeral is held. Afterward, Daniel accuses Cam of setting the fire. Cam denies it and says coldly that killing is Daniel's territory. Daniel, shaken, goes to the infirmary and tells the unconscious Lucinda he loves her. When Lucinda wakes, Penn is sitting with her. They hold each other. Lucinda is devastated about Todd and convinced it is her fault because she saw the shadows before it happened. Penn tells her it was an accident. That night, they fall asleep together, and Lucinda dreams of herself with both Daniel and Cam in what feels like memory. Unable to sleep, she goes outside and finds Daniel on the balcony. She shows him the photograph from the library. He still refuses to confirm it. She tests him by stepping off the balcony. He reacts instantly. He spreads his wings and catches her in the air. He is an angel. He has always been an angel. Penn wakes alone and goes looking for Lucinda. She overhears something in the shadows that disturbs her deeply. Lucinda touches Daniel's locket and understands she was the one who gave it to him. When the shadows return and she panics, Daniel tells her what they are: announcers, harmless presences that gather around significant moments. He opens them like a window and she watches their lives together across 1,000 years, lifetime after lifetime, always finding each other and always losing. They move to kiss. Cam interrupts. If she kisses Daniel, she dies. That is the curse. This is when the full picture locks into place. Daniel is the rebel angel, the one who chose love over allegiance to either side. She is reborn every 17 years. They always find each other, and she always dies the moment they kiss. Daniel believes this time it is different. Cam disagrees and offers to take her somewhere safe. Lucinda stays. She kisses Daniel. Nothing happens. She is alive. The curse is broken. Cam warns that Lucifer knows she is unbaptized and will come for her. Daniel pulls Lucinda inside and finds Miss Sophia. He tells her the cycle is broken. Lucinda will not be reborn again, and asks her to take Lucinda somewhere safe while he confronts Cam. The two fight in the sky above the school. After a violent exchange, Cam stops and tells Daniel he has never been the enemy. Daniel is left confused. Miss Sophia guides Lucinda through a corridor, and Penn appears, revealing it was Miss Sophia who set the library on fire. Before Lucinda can respond, Miss Sophia slits Penn's throat. Penn falls. Lucinda screams. Daniel arrives to find Miss Sophia explaining her purpose. Lucinda's permanent death will force Daniel to choose a side and restore celestial order. As she speaks, the shadows gather behind her and consume her. She is gone. Daniel tells Lucinda that Cam was right. Lucifer is coming. Lucinda will not leave Penn. Two angels appear and promise to stay with her. Lucinda and Daniel finally say what they have always known. He spreads his wings and carries her away from the school and into the sky.